folks, welcome back. Happy Friday. This is Dan with Ledger Support. Hope everybody is good. So we're back for another edition of Ask Me Anything. So as usual, I'm here until 6 p.m. CT-ish. We might cut this one short a little bit because I've got a hard stop around 5:50 p.m. CT, so that's local time. That being said, as always, it's just a pleasure to have you all here. And so you know the drill. You can drop your question in the chat. I'll get back to you. And I'll try my best to answer your questions and to help you out if you're getting any issues. You can see there's a few questions in the chat and familiar names in there. Before I continue as well, if you guys could just very briefly let me know if you can hear me okay. If you could just drop a yes in the chat. Just want to make sure you guys getting the good experience during the stream. And then we'll start. Okay. So the first question is not a question, actually. It's from BT, who's helping someone from the chat. So thank you for that, BT, and glad to have you back. Tom Cam. Okay, thanks a lot for the confirmation. We might get a quiet session today, which is cool. But as in any case, I'll just stop when I run out of questions. So the first real question is from Tom Cam. Hey, so welcome back, mate. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for another live. This one is kind of a silly one. No silly questions here. You can ask whatever you want. But I was thinking about the 21 million BTC that will never exist, and also the fact that a good amount of BTC will be forever lost keys, passwords, dead people, etc. Will there be any way to actually calculate how many BTC will be in circulation in reality? This is very interesting in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a very interesting question. So you are correct that there will never be exactly 21 million Bitcoin in circulation because the protocol will stop just short of 21. So it will be like 20 million, 0.9, something. And it's not a hard-coded number. It's just a derivation of the issuance schedule. And the estimated time for the 21 millionth Bitcoin token to be mined is estimated to be 2,000 a year, 2,140 or something ridiculous like that. So way into the future. With regards to how much there will be in circulation, so non-locked or lost or sitting on a wallet that no one can access, I think it's very difficult to estimate. For example, the coins mined by what we think was Satoshi Nakamoto haven't moved, and if Satoshi Nakamoto is indeed dead, and no longer among us, you can expect those Bitcoin to never move. I think I remember a statistic somewhere that said that there is currently, I think 7 million Bitcoin might be, as much as 7 million Bitcoin might actually be lost, which sounds like a lot, but so I'm not really sure, to be honest. But I do think the guys over at Coinmetrics did some analysis on that. So I would send you there and maybe read the previous version, previous editions of the newsletter. I'm pretty sure they actually did something about, they tried to calculate how many BTC there were in circulation, but I just can't find the exact reference here. So sorry, I won't be able to answer your question precisely, but here's the link to Coinmetrics. Try to find their blog. It's somewhere in the website here. Maybe here, newsletter. Yeah, actually it might be the newsletter. Anyway, it's somewhere in here, and you'll probably find that research paper that I'm talking about. Okay, moving on. So thank you for the interesting question. I think that's it's a good, interesting question as well. Next question from Makepeace, asking, please add Kava Seller Arweave wallet on Ledger. We have Arweave wallets, but it's too complicated. Make it simple like BTC, ETH, and Near. And yeah, of course, so the goal, Makepeace, is to add as many coins as possible within Ledger Live. We know that you guys really like to have everything within Ledger Live because it's easier to manage. That being said, I don't have, those integrations into Ledger Live they tend to be pretty complex. And especially if the coin has, something like staking, then the integration is even more complex and will take even more time. So of course, the end goal here is to have Ledger Live absolutely integrate everything, all the features, but it's a very ambitious goal, and that's not something we can deliver just, on a short period of time. But that being said, happy to escalate your feedback, and then let's just hope that those integrations will happen as soon as possible. Tom Cam, you're welcome, mate. If you have any questions, go for it. You can ask more questions in the chat. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to be here until 6 p.m. CT, so my time. Next question from Ijabina. Any news of the issue with Kadena, also with the error 0x6E01 that never goes away? Okay, so I actually have installed the Kadena app on my Ledger device with me here. So I'm gonna try to connect a device to the transfer chain here, see how it goes. So actually, Ijabina, could you just refresh my memory here and tell me when the issue happens during the flow? Is it when you connect your Ledger device to the wallet, or is it when you're trying to send Kadena coins with your Ledger device and the wallet? What I'll try now is to connect my Ledger device first, and then we'll see. So I'm in the wallet here. I open the Kadena app on my Ledger device, so make sure it's open this way. Here, if I remember correctly, you would click on Simple Transfer. And here you would just verify your account. Okay, so this is my Ledger account. And then I can click the Verify button, and I do get the prompts on my device here. And I get the same address. Yeah, and then I get the prompt to confirm. Okay, so it seems like connecting my Ledger device, at least to the Kadena Ledger Transfer Vault third-party wallet, is working on my side. I haven't tried actually sending Kadena tokens across. I don't have any Kadena in my account, unfortunately, so I can't really tell you how it works. That being said, just a few things when you send Kadena. When you copy paste the address, just make sure to include the K double column here. That's super important. Don't just double click and exclude the K character and the double column. They should go together with the address. So maybe that's the issue you're facing. Let me try to send a zero value transaction. See what happens. Okay, 0 sign with Ledger. Right, so you see, I'm also getting the transfer here. So I'm getting the prompt to sign the transaction, although it's a 0 value transaction. I'm gonna attempt to sign it. Okay. Yeah, so you see, I'm able to do the flow without any issue. And so you see, as soon as you open Kadena on the device, the error appears, and yes, no transaction to send works. As soon as you open Kadena on the device. So you see, I'm not getting the issue when I connected. So what I would suggest is that you open the Kadena app before you actually start connecting your Ledger device to the Kadena tool here. Because as you can see, I'm not getting any error messages. My device was able to connect just fine, and I didn't get the error message. So maybe try that and see if it works. So again, you would make sure to open the app before you go on the tool. It happens on the Ledger Live app. Well, you should close the Ledger Live. Maybe that's the issue you're getting, because you can't have Ledger Live working together with a third-party wallet. You have to choose. Either you're using a third-party wallet or you're using this tool, right? Ledger Live is just an alternative. So I would say probably just make sure you close Ledger Live and then go in the tool, because especially if you connect it to the My Ledger section here, this is establishing a connection directly with your Ledger device. So that's why you will get an error message. So make sure you close Ledger Live. Okay, install the Ledger Live, the Kadena application on the device, just like this. Open it, so it says Kadena. Then close Ledger Live, right? Just like this, close it. Or click away from the My Ledger tab, like just stay into portfolio if you want. But if you want to make sure, just close everything. Then go to the tool here and then connect your Ledger device, and you will, I don't think you will get any error messages. And so I'll just share this link here again, so you can try sending your coins again. But yeah, again, you have to choose using Ledger Live or the tool. And since Kadena is not supporting Ledger Live, you have no other option than using the third-party wallet. But this means that you also need to close Ledger Live. And you're welcome. Just try it and let me know if it works, okay? And that's probably something that we can add into our documentation as well, if more people get the issue. All right, next question. This one is from Vishwashar. Hi, hello mates. Next, make peace, add more coin for staking, like Mina, Flux, Kava. Yeah, so we discussed that a bit, but you know, this is gonna take time. And we have a lot of things that we need to include in Ledger Live. So, you know, using third-party wallet is super safe, and they're part of the Ledger experience right now until, you know, everything gets absorbed into Ledger Live, which will take a lot of time, as you can imagine, and will never be done because crypto will continuously be ahead of Ledger Live, because Ledger Live is trying to do a lot of things where, you know, those third-party wallets, typically they are focused on just one chain. So yeah, so of course we'll get everything, as many coins as possible into Ledger Live, but for now, like I'm thinking like Mina, you can use a third-party wallet like Chlorio, Oro, those wallets. Kava, I'm not sure actually. This one I'm less familiar with. I'll share the one for Mina, Make Peace. You can check it out. And if you want a list of all the crypto that you can stake within Ledger Live directly, then you can check this tutorial here. I'll share that in the chat as well for you. Okay. All right, moving on. The next question from Guillermo Leon Castaño Sanabria. I lost my 20-forward recovery phrase and I can't get into my wallet. What should I do? Okay, so that's a big issue, because if you've lost your 20-forward recovery phrase, you basically lost the only backup for your private keys. So your only option now is to, you know, access your private keys via the PIN code on your device by unlocking your device. If you've also lost the PIN code to get into the device, then you've lost access to your private keys for good, and there is no solution for that. So because we don't have access to your private keys, right? You're the only person that's ever seen or had access to your recovery phrase. We don't have a backup for you unless you subscribe to the Ledger Recover solution. But again, this is optional. This is not something we force you to use. By default, you're not subscribed to Ledger Recover. So if you've never activated Ledger Recover, then your recovery phrase is unique, and either it's on the recovery phrase or you have access to your Ledger device. So what I would suggest is, if you have access to your Ledger device with your PIN code, all good, but now you need to get your coins out of the device, reset the device, create a new recovery phrase, send the device back onto the safe accounts. And we have documentation that explain that. But yeah, make sure to move the coins to safe accounts first before you reset the device. And if you've lost the PIN and the recovery phrase, then unfortunately there's nothing we can do. You will not be able to access your accounts anymore. Okay, so here's some help, Guillermo. Just read this article carefully. I'm going to drop it in the chat for you. Okay, this tutorial describes how to safely reset your ledger device to create a new secure phrase. The following steps are recommended if you've lost your 24-hour recovery phrase or if your ledger device failed. Okay, but this assumes that you still have access to your PIN. If you don't, then there's nothing we can do, unfortunately. All right, I'll drop this link in the chat for you. Just take time to go through the steps very carefully. Next question from Crypto Professor. Guys, can we please get an update on Stacks? It's been too long and no word. I wish I had an update. I don't currently, but as soon as I get one, I will let you guys know, and there will be some communication on the main Ledger channel on Twitter. Okay. For now, just wait for an email from us. Next question from Ryan Stolder, sorry. Ledger team, you posted about Sora integration back in 2022. Now, almost 2 years later, nothing. When do you plan to integrate? There's hundreds of users with funds stuck on Sora. Listen to your community. So, Ryan, I think the issue is that we're waiting for the Sora team to work with us to develop an app. And I'm suspecting that somewhere within this collaboration with the team, something went wrong, or like they haven't finished coding the app. So I'm not really up to date on what's going on with this project specifically, but typically what happens here is that the app hasn't been shipped to us, meaning that we can't start all the security reviews, making sure it's safe before we publish it on the Help Center, on Ledger Live. Now, if Sora is a parachain, Polkadot parachain, let me check. Oh, it's a Kusama parachain. Okay, so I might have some good news for you. We are working on a app that will let any Polkadot or Kusama user sign transactions on any parachain on Polkadot or Kusama. So just wait for this app to come out. I don't have a date for you, but this is something that will eventually be released, probably sometime this year. And once the app is released, you'll be able to download it on your Ledger device, access your account, and then move your coins. So I hope that makes sense, Ryan. But for now, unfortunately, the coins will be remain stuck until this app is released. Next question, Tom Cam. Another question. Okay, great. I see that my STETH, so Lido STETH, is not updating regularly as a balance. If I go to earn, I see a more updated amount, but in the account section, it shows a smaller one. Okay, so one thing to know about STETH is that the amount will increase a little bit every single day, unless there is something that goes wrong on Lido's side. If the validator gets slashed, that can happen where you will not see an increase for a few days because the Lido validator got slashed, and so they need to make up for the slashed amount. But typically, most of the validators that are active within the Lido collective, because Lido is not just one entity, it's a collection of independent validators that work for the Lido DAO. And so when you provide ETH for Lido, you actually Lido dispatch this ETH to validators that they have vetted. Anyway, that gets a little too technical here, but so it's possible if that validator got slashed, then you might not see the amounts for a couple of days until they start earning rewards again. That being said, what I would suggest is if you want to have the most up-to-date version of your rewards, you can go to the Discover section, type Lido, go in the app here, and confirm connection, yeah. So make sure you select your Ethereum account here, and then go to rewards here. And you should see a breakdown of all the different rewards you got at different day. And you can see, in my case, I got rewards pretty much every single day, but in your case, there might be a few days missing. And again, that's kind of expected with staking. Thanks, Loki. So I hope that answers the question here. If you have any more questions, TomCam, as usual, you're absolutely welcome. Just drop them in the chat. Next question. So BT is helping Guillermo. Yeah, so BT, your answer is correct here. Next, Ijabina, like I've answered that. So you said, okay, I just tried the transaction, Kadena transaction, and the request failed and validation failed for hash. Might be now on the Kadena side, this one. Yeah, I would say probably on the Kadena side. Yeah, might be worth like probably get in touch with that team, the team behind the third-party wallet. Sounds like more an issue on their side. Also make sure the Kadena app on your device is up to date. That can help. The version should be 0.2.5. So yeah, that should be the version that of the Kadena app on your device. If you've got an older version, you might want to go back to my Ledger, plug your device, update the app, and close Ledger Live again. Go back to the third-party wallet, try the transaction again. Okay. Yeah, and you're welcome. Next question from Doc. Any updates on fixing the issue with connecting a HBAR address to Ledger? Second question. So the HBAR address to Ledger. So I don't think it's not an issue. It's more like it's inconvenient, but it's not an issue. It's how the Hedera implementation is designed for Ledger Live. And the reason is because there's only a certain number of authorized actors within the Hedera network that can create new accounts. And Ledger Live is not one of them. So that's why we recommend to start to do it via Hashback. And then you create your account via Hashback first with your Ledger device, and then you import that account into Ledger Live. That's the way we have designed the implementation, which is not ideal. I totally agree. But for now, this is what it is. So it's not an issue per se, and I don't have an update on whether when you will not need Hashback anymore. For now, I would suggest, Doc, just use Hashback with your Ledger device. It's the best experience for Hedera. Next question from you as well. Second question: when are we going to get an official update on the Ledger stacks? It's been almost 2 years and still nothing. Yeah, as usual, like I don't have an update, but yeah, as soon as I've got an update, I will let you guys know. What I can suggest, if you want the freshest updates, follow Ledger on Twitter. Just be super careful of fake accounts, right? Ledger will never ask you for a 24-hour recovery phrase and so on, but you can follow Ledger here. You can be sure that as soon as the stacks is ready to ship, our account on Twitter will tweet. So let me share the account with you, Doc. Don't trust any other accounts, okay? So I'll drop the link here to the legit account in the chat. This is the legit main account, and then we have a support account as well, which is also legit, Ledger_support. Everything else is a scam, okay? Everything else is a scam. You guys, you have to be super careful not to share your 24-hour recovery with anyone. I would say, Doc, probably bookmark those two links, okay? So you never get scammed. Right, next. Yeah, Ijabina, thanks, I appreciate the support and the time and effort. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. Next question from Senor Gatto. Hello, any updates on integrating Shibarium? Thank you. No updates, unfortunately. I guess at some point it will become available. Now, I do I don't even know if Shibarium is a layer 2 on Ethereum at this point. Maybe, I'm not sure. But what I know is that it's not supporting Ledger Live, and I don't think we have a roadmap for integrating Shibarium, at least for now. Okay, next question. When will you, from Mike, when will you all have Caspa on Ledger Live? So Mike, yeah, you're correct that Caspa is not supporting Ledger Live yet. However, we do have a Ledger Caspa app that you can download on your Ledger device. And then once you've downloaded the app on your Ledger device, you can follow these steps here to connect to the Caspa Vault, which is a third-party app which you can connect your Ledger device to and create your accounts. And it's just as safe as using Ledger Live. Okay, so for now, this is a perfectly safe way to secure some CAS tokens in your Ledger device. I'll drop this link here for you in the chat so you can take a look, Mike. But yeah, so I would say just get used to using third-party wallets because it's part of the, for now, it's part of the experience of custodying Caspa on a Ledger device. All right, so all the steps are here, and you can just follow the steps. And again, the most important is that the private keys to your Caspa will be secured by your Ledger device. Okay, so it doesn't matter really if you use Ledger Live in the future when we integrate it, or the CAS Vault, which is currently available. Your private keys are within your Ledger device. BT, okay, great, thanks for helping. Next question from Graham. Can Pulse Chain tokens be loaded on a Ledger Nano? Yes, Graham. They can, but you'll have to connect your Ledger device to a third-party wallet that supports interacting with the Pulse Chain. And I think for now, we recommend MetaMask. And there is an article here that explains how to do it. I'll link this in the chat for you so you can take a look. So yeah, you will be able to custody PLS coins with your Ledger device, but you won't be using Ledger Live. You will be using MetaMask instead, connected to your Ledger device. But don't worry, I know it sounds scary, but it's actually not dangerous because your private keys will be secure in your Ledger device. Okay, so you can just follow those steps, and then create an account with your Ledger device, and then send PLS to that account. Mike, where can I see upcoming integration dates? So we don't have that. We don't have a public roadmap of integration. Maybe we'll have in the future, but to be fair, just having worked in tech and in crypto for quite a while now, the problem with having public roadmaps and promising dates is, you never know when something's going to happen that will delay ETAs. So that's why we decide not to give ETAs for projects and integration, because you never know when something's not gonna, there could be a bug that push back delays by, that pushes back ETAs by a month. So yeah, so it's not something we have available, Mike. Loki, hey Dan, hope all is well. Keep up the good work. Crypto to the moon. Thanks, man. And yeah, it does seem like crypto is going to the moon. So let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. Oh man, look at that. It's a bit red today, but hey, we're up 21% in Bitcoin over the last week. I mean, this is really good. It looks like a bull market is raging. Look at Solana here. So this is great. This is great for crypto, and I think we all deserve it. If you've been through the last bull market, that's been it was brutal. It was FTX and everything. Anyway, happy to see some green market finally. Whitey, welcome back. Graham, you're welcome. If you have other questions, go ahead. You can drop them in the chat. I'm here for another 20 minutes. So next question from Whitey. I can't delete so welcome back, Whitey, by the way. I can't delete my XRP wallets on XRP Toolkit because I can't delete the 2 other trust lines. I would need to look into this, YT. But yeah, if the trust line cannot be revoked, then it's very likely that this XRP will remain stuck or like reserved in the account, which means like you can't get it back. But I would actually need to take a good look at what's available in XRP Toolkit. Let me actually try real quick to connect to XRP Toolkit, see what I can find. I know one of my teammates, Roy, who does streams from time to time, he's working on a XRP video, an updated XRP video with everything related to the trust lines and how to delete trust lines. So yeah, just stay on the lookout for that. For now, actually, there is a helpful video here that was recorded by the US team that might have the answer to your question, YT. But just go to this article here. I'll drop the link in the chat. And I do think there is a section about trust lines here. Now, let me just take a quick look at XRP Toolkit. See if I can make it work. XRP Toolkit. Connect wallet. All right, XRP up. Boom. Connect my ledger. Confirm. Okay. All right. So yeah, I've got a trust line with Sologenic. So let's see if I can, what I can do with it. Details. Remove. Okay. So it seems like there's a way to remove it. What happens if I click remove? Confirm transaction. Yeah, okay, so I get a remove prompt here. So yeah, it looks like they give me the option to remove the trust line. Now, I don't know where the XRP is gonna go. Oh no, wait. Yeah, it looks like you can do it. I don't know if you've tried that. And that will probably, so there will be a fee when you remove the trust line. That will probably lower your XRP reserve. So a trust line is 2 XRP to reserve. So if you remove all of them like this, then eventually the reserve should go back to towards 10. Okay. All right, next question. Next question is from Dominant Investment LLC. Hey guys, can someone explain why my Tron tokens and balances are showing on my ledger, my mobile app, and not on my desktop app? When I try to transfer, I keep getting an error message. Could you explain which error message you're getting? One thing to know is that each installation of Ledger is independent. It's not like your apps are synchronized across devices. You have to manually add your accounts to each device using your Ledger device. So let's say you've got your Tron app in your desktop app like this. If you install Tron on your mobile app, then you will have to connect your Ledger device to mobile and then manually add the Tron tokens, the Tron accounts to the mobile version of the app. There is another way to do this where you can export all your desktop accounts onto mobile by just going into settings, account, export, and then you can scan this QR code here with your phone. And yeah, that can help. Let me grab the documentation on that. Export. Export your account here. I'll drop this article for you in the chat, Dominant. And then you can take a look, see if that helps. And also, like, if you could be more specific on which error message you're getting as well, that could help. Next question from Vabav. Sir, I hold DOT on Ledger Nano X. Will I get the airdrop? The dead meme coin coming up. So the answer is yes, you will get it, but it will stay stuck because This airdrop will be done on a parachain, and currently there is no way to sign transaction on parachains unless there is an app that's available in Ledger Live, which is not the case currently. So yes, you will get the airdrop as long as you hold DOT, but the coins will be locked until we actually ship an app to sign transaction on that parachain. And I think it's actually explained on the website in the FAQ here. Let me check. Here. Oh wait. There is something about Ledger directly. I think it might be just this bit here. But yeah, here. I'll drop this in the chat for you, Vaibhav, so you can take a look. But the relevant bit is here. What if I'm staking using a Ledger device? Wallet connected to Ledger device will still qualify for the dead airdrop. There is a caveat, however. The current Polkadot app on Ledger devices does not currently support signing messages on system chains like Asset Hub. This is where the dead token airdrop is gonna happen. This will be remedied when the new app is released, ETA Q1 2024. That's a rough ETA, right? We can't promise this, but it will eventually be released. What does it mean for me? You will receive the dead airdrop. You will not be able to transfer or swap dead with a Ledger account until the new app is released. So this is the correct answer. I'll just drop this link in the chat for you. So YT, you're saying, I tried to remove the solo, but it's still there after editing or removing it. I think I'll get back to you by email on this. Because let me try to do it, see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna click remove. I'm getting the transaction, issuer, sign transaction. Submitting transaction, limit reach. Okay, so here I'm getting an issue. Are you getting this issue as well? Limit reached. And I have to admit, I don't know what this means. I'm not familiar with XRP enough, but happy to look into it. So maybe I'll shoot me an email, YC, and explain in details what's happening, and I'll try my best to help you. Next question. Rajib, my ledger was hacked, case number. Okay, so we'll look into this, Rajib. It's very likely like that your ledger wasn't hacked. You probably share your 24 recovery phrase with someone, and that person, because they have your recovery phrase, now they can access your accounts, although they don't have access to your ledger device. If you give anyone your recovery phrase, or if you type it into any website, you will be scammed. That being said, yeah, someone will get back to you on the case number. The second way people can lose their funds is, unfortunately, if someone has access to your PIN code and ledger device, then of course they will have access to your account. Or if someone has access to your 24 recovery phrase, or if you gave it to someone, that's another way. So I'll just share this article with you, and you can go through it. Maybe that will spark some memories of what might have happened to you, Rajib. But regarding the case number, someone from my team will get back to you. Yeah, okay. Dominant, what you can do is actually, so you can reach out to us via support.ledger.com, but what you can do as well, you can, once we finish the stream, there will be a comment section under the video, and you can drop the question here. That's also fine. Okay, next question, Graham. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, next question from Benny. This bull market is going to be Ledger caught doing shitty stuff. No, Ledger is not a shitty company, really. I know there's a lot of shitty stuff going on in crypto, and I've been in crypto for a long time, and of course I work for Ledger, so maybe you don't believe me because you might think that, yeah, he's a Ledger employee, but honestly, like, Ledger is a good actor, and we really committed to the mission of giving people tools to create the recovery phrase, and Ledger is one of the good guys. And of course, you don't have to trust me because I work for Ledger, so you might think I'm biased, but really, having been in crypto for a long time, Ledger is a good actor. That being said, Benny, if you have any other questions, feel free to drop in the chat. I'm here for another 10 minutes. And yeah, so Rajib, BT is correct here. If you sign a malicious transaction with your Ledger device, then this could be a reason why your accounts were drained. So I'll give you an example, but you might get transaction like these here. You know, fake NFTs or fake airdrop here, like, you know, this kind of transaction. And a lot of them will promise you, you know, money or USDC or free ETH or whatever. But the problem is that they're scams, okay? And if you actually follow the link in the token here, you know, if you look at the token somehow and you follow this link, you will end up on a shady website that will prompt you to sign a transaction. If you sign the transaction, then the smart contract that's behind that website, you will give that smart contract access to the account that signed the transaction. And this is also how you can get drained. So there is different ways to really get wrecked, unfortunately. So again, guys, never share your recovery phrase. Never type your recovery phrase into a computer. Don't take a picture of it. Don't store it into a password manager, because if someone has access to your computer, or if there's a malware on your computer and you created a digital copy that is stored on your phone or computer, someone might have access to your recovery phrase, even if you don't know it. So yeah. Also, be careful that, you know, make sure that nobody has access to the physical device and PIN code. And third, don't blind sign transactions that you don't understand. This is also a vector of attack. Going to drink a bit. Quick pause. Tom Cam, thank you, Dan. This is how I'm doing it from the reward section. Okay, so this is where you, okay, interesting. And so I would be interested to see, so the reward section is probably like telling the truth. If not, you can check on Etherscan, and at least you'll know your balance. But I would trust the earn section, the reward section here, to give you like an accurate breakdown of your rewards. If not, you can also access, you know, there's a version of this app that exists on the web as well, which is Lido Finance here. You can also connect your Ledger device to this. And they also have, you know, the same interface here on the rewards. It's the same app, right? It's just one is an iframe into Ledger Live, and the other one is the web version. So you might also want to check this, TomCam. See if there is a discrepancy between the two amounts. Okay. Next question from W Hugs. Hi Dan. Hi W. On Ledger Live Discovery section, for security reasons, should I have a separate device for transacting only the applications available in Discover? Are all the applications curated from bugs? Yes. So no, you don't need a separate device. Yes, everything that's in the Discover section has been curated, is safe to use, and will be clear signed. So you'll know exactly what you're doing on the Ledger device screen. And that's why we recommend to use these apps, you know, in the Discover section, because you'll be able to clear sign the transactions. Whereas, for example, if you use the Lido version on the web, then the transaction you'll sign will be blind signed. So you won't know exactly what you're doing. When you sign the transaction, instead, there will be a bunch of characters you can't read on the screen. This is called blind signing. We don't encourage it because it gets a little you know, dangerous. But if you do the same thing within Ledger Live, then you'll be clear signing where the ledger device will give you all the information that you need about the transaction. So if you can, do use the Discover version of those apps rather than the web versions. Okay, baby lithium support when I don't know. I've heard so many people now like talking about lithium. I need to take a look at it because I'm not familiar with the project. There's so many things going on, guys. It's really hard to keep up, and you know, crypto is my full-time job, and even as my full-time job, I find it difficult to stay on top of everything that's going on. Lithium, scalable for devs, secure for users, decentralized for all. Okay. Looks like a new project. Okay, I'll need to get the wallet, desktop wallet. I wonder if they have a ledger integration. Interesting. You know what? I'll take a look. I'll take a look, baby, and hopefully by next stream I'll have more to share about lithium. YT, yeah. So I'll answer your question regarding Solo. You're welcome, YT. I'll try my best to help you here. Nathan Nguyen. Suppose I know that the BTC address ABC is associated with the index 0 position on my Nano X. I have a Nano S Plus as my backup device. How can I find the index position of the same address on S Plus? Easy, Nathan. You just need to have the same recovery phrase in both devices. That's all. If you don't have the same recovery phrase, aka the same private keys in your Nano S Plus and your Nano X, then you will never be able to find the same accounts. Okay, everything is tied to your recovery phrase, meaning everything is tied to the private keys that exist in your device. The recovery phrase is just a way for you to clone the private keys into any device. So if you wanted to create a backup of your private keys, let's say you've got a Nano X, you want to create a backup in a Nano S Plus, and you want both devices to have access to the same accounts, then you will need to type your recovery phrase into the Nano S Plus. I'll share this article with you. Here, Nathan. You want to find the actual index. Good question. How can I find the index position of the same address on S Plus? It depends on the account. Okay, so on BTC account, so yeah, so there is an easier way to do it. You would just grab your Bitcoin account here, then you right click, so grab your Bitcoin account, right click, edit account, advanced, and then look into the derivation path here. And the index is, I don't want to say anything stupid, but I think the index is probably this number here. So you can see like this is index 0 for this account. Yeah, no, you don't need to brute force. Just look up the advanced option here and look at the derivation path. The derivation path will be different for each account, of course. Yeah, you see. Okay, next question. So I hope that answers the question. Oh, you tried that. I wish I wasn't limited to that text. Yeah. You've tried that. The actual index. Let me think. Nano S as my backup device. How can I find the index position of the same address? But hey, I mean, typically if you keep adding accounts, you should be able to find if the two devices have the same recovery phrase, right? You can connect the backup device, you click add account, and you just add Bitcoin accounts one after the other. Eventually you'll find the same account, right? You don't even need to create like a second account. Like typically, like you won't even need to do this because it's the same account. So Ledrive will be like, hey, well, the accounts already exist. You see what I mean? Like they will have the exact same. Yeah, I mean, those two accounts, they will have the exact same derivation path because because they are derived from the same private keys. It doesn't matter if they are on different devices. Does that make sense? Sergeant, I don't see your question. Sometimes YouTube will rug and they will automatically remove questions because they think there is a scam in there or like some shady link. So if you could actually type your question again, that would be super helpful. Hopefully it doesn't get automatically hidden. All right, next question. Dominant, thanks, okay. Low-key, Ledger is not shady, they're a great company. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I agree. Ledger is a great company. Honestly, like, I know I'm biased, I work for Ledger, but within the whole spectrum of companies that exist in crypto and the kind of stuff that happen in crypto, right? Think of FTX and, you know, all the other companies that have rugged. I think Ledger has been always a good actor. Kim, I have 3 different Ledger addresses in my Rabi wallet, but I can only see one in my Ledger Live. How can I see the 2 other? So provided the recovery phrase is the same, right? We're talking about 3 Rabi wallets, 3 Ledger wallets in Rabi that you actually added with your Ledger device, meaning that they're not wallets that were created by the software, the Rabi software wallet. Then you can just go to accounts, plug your Ledger device, okay, click add account and just keep adding Ethereum accounts and you will eventually see them. If you don't see them, it's probably because those Rabi wallets you don't see in Ledger Live are not secured by your Ledger device. They are actually secured by, you know, they derived by a different recovery phrase. So they are actually hot wallets that were created by Rabi, but not by your Ledger device, if that makes sense. Nathan, I see what you mean because they generate the same seed. I'm looking at the native SegWit on both devices. The addresses are different despite the index being 0. That's really strange. Okay, Nathan, you should shoot us an email so we can answer your question because I'll need to do a little more homework on the derivation path here to help you. So you can reach out via support.ledger.com and just click contact us and open a ticket. But yeah, if the account is the same, doesn't matter which device is trying to access it, the derivation path should be exactly the same. Unless there are different account types, I guess. Anyway, Rahui Singh, is it true Orbiter has been draining user fund? Orbiter, the Orbiter Finance? I don't know. I've never used Orbiter Finance. I know of them, but I've never used them, so I'm not sure. Tom Cam, no, I mean that's how I do it in order to have the updated picture. It's just not the same as the balance anyway, thanks. Oh, okay, I get what you mean now, Tom Cam. But yeah, thanks anyway. YT, email sent, okay, great, thanks. Baby Alifium made their own GitHub integration app, but it's unofficial, would prefer official support. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, wait until the official support. Would definitely recommend that. Juan Jorge. Love using my Ledger device. Only thing is missing is being able to stake stacks STX. Know if it's coming soon. I don't think it's coming very soon, but you can use something like Ledger Wallet, Jorge. You just connect your Ledger device to Ledger Wallet, and then they probably have a stake option that you can use with your Ledger device. I'll just drop this link in the chat for you. You can take a look. Okay. All right. Check the chat, Jorge. P. Why do you have to have a small amount of coin on my ledger when sending to another wallet? It's because you need to pay for transaction fees. So, you know, they need to be a bit of whatever, you know, crypto you need to pay for the transaction fee on that network. This is how crypto works, really. So for example, if I were to send from my OP mainnet account, right, the native currency to pay for fees is ETH. I cannot just send all the ETH. You know, I will need to pay a bit of ETH to move either my ETH or either my tokens in this account. If that makes sense. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to go, unfortunately. Sergeant, I can't do anything with my Tron. How can I buy another coin transfer, do anything with them? Can you explain a little more, Sergeant, what's happening with Tron? Because Tron is working right now, but you need to have, just make sure you've got enough Tron in your account, TRX in your account to pay for transaction fees. So you want at least 100 TRX, I would say, because the transaction fees on Tron right now are very expensive because it's super busy. So you want to have enough TRX to actually move funds. If you have USDT in your account, for example, you want to make sure you've got enough TRX to pay for the transaction to move the tokens. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, so make sure you've got enough TRX. If your issue is that you don't see Tether, so you've got some USDT inside your wallet, also make sure you've got enough TRX in your account. Again, I recommend at least 100 TRX in your Tron account to be able to do anything. Okay, and I guess the last question, guys. Byron, this is great, man. I hope welcome to the Ledger family. I will suggest you read this article. If there is one thing you need to read, is this article here. Okay, definitely just learn what is a recovery phrase and learn why it's important and learn why you should never share it with anyone. So I just dropped a link in the chat. Please go through this article, watch the video, just learn what is a recovery phrase, why it's important, and stay safe, mate. Then super low drag. G squared, when sending crypto from exchange to Ledger wallet, there is a network fee that's displayed on the Ledger wallet. Can you explain the difference from a fee from exchange to fee on Ledger wallet? Easy. So the exchange will charge a flat fee because they can when you move your coins out of the exchange. And the network fee is actually paid for the actual transaction on the network. Now, when the coins are in your Ledger account, we're not an exchange, so if you move the coins, you will only pay the network fee, but not the exchange fee. But again, like the Binance's, the Coinbase, the Uphold and everything, when you move coins out of their platforms, then they will charge you an extra fee for that. Byron, how can I create 3 separate addresses in my new Ledger? You would just connect your Ledger device, select the coin, okay, and just add just keep adding accounts. Okay, that's all. Hang on, Byron, I'm not gonna leave you hanging here. Add accounts. Add your accounts. Here's some documentation. Byron, there you go. Just take a look at that. And this one's gonna be the last question, guys. I really need to go. Super low drag. Bad thing happening in crypto. Ledger has some issues, but I have hope for them. And the YouTube support live is great. Example of the EFA. Really appreciate it, man. What should we understand about all the different types of BTC address, SegWit, and the others that we ended up with on Ledger over the years? They're just like, sort of legacy addresses. I would say right now you only need SegWit. So let me show you guys. The Bitcoin network is very supports different type of addresses, right? It's a bit like Bitcoin own technical debt. It's a way to think about it. So, but anyway, like the Bitcoin network supports all these different type of addresses. There is SegWit, Legacy, Taproot, and native SegWit. And you can see some example of this here. I've got Taproot, native SegWit, and I don't have a Legacy or a SegWit. Right now, I would say for 99% of users, just use a native SegWit. It's cheaper, it's supported by most exchanges, and you will never get like issues with native SegWit. Taproot, this is a little more specific. If you are into ordinals, then maybe you want to use Taproot, but if not, you don't really need it. I would say like just go for the basic native SegWit address. It's also cheaper than legacy accounts, so just go for that one. Crypto Hound. Can we get a refund? Crypto Hound, there is a page called refund. Here. we have a dedicated website for refund and order and shipping requests. So you can take a look, and that will be my last answer, guys. I really need to go. I know I said that 10 minutes ago, but this one I really need to go. So Crypto Hound, I just dropped a link in the chat. Okay, just go through there. There is a page called My Order, and then you can manage your order and your refunds and everything. Okay, from that page. All right, I think we're done. Clear all the questions. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good weekend. Again, don't share your recovery phrase. All right, don't get scammed. Ledger will never ask you for your 24-hour recovery phrase. Byron, make sure to read the article that I shared. Okay, the one about recovery phrases. I don't want you to get scammed. So really, just be careful. All right. That being said, have a good weekend. Enjoy the bull market. Hopefully, it's up only going forward. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.